this country specifically, there's so many people that are struggling with drug use, and it's just been pushed. Even you even mentioned fentanyl. Your father getting involved in that. We've seen the fentanyl crisis of like over 100 million people or 100,000 died last year just from that.
Yep.
And it's just interesting. I do want to kind of pick your brain about that and see like during that time, do you feel like you were kind of searching for God in a way by going into the substances to feel an escape, to maybe fill an empty void that you had within yourself?
That's deep. I think possibly, but I also think just subconsciously, I had always wanted to go to heaven, right? And I'd always believed in God. And I think he saw the seed in me. I mean, I think it's more him, we're trying to get back to me, but I really think it was him. I'm not saying I'm a great guy, but I do try to do good things. And I think he knew if I give this guy a little bit and let him steward over it, maybe he'll do good with it. I think it's a lot less about me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of my buddies I hung with, they were total degenerates. And if they would have got money, they would have never done good with it.
Right.
And I think he knew in my heart, he knows our hearts, he knows everything. And I think in my heart, he knew, hey, if I just give this guy a chance, if I get him out of the situation he's in, and I line Joe up with him in this year, and I line Tommy up with him in this year, he's going to be a rock star.
Yeah.
So it's not about me. Maybe I was trying to find him, but I really think he took the same chance in me that Joe did.
Yeah. That's beautiful. It reminds me of that verse that you said, that you just speaking of, like where he'll let you steward over it, where he talks about like, if you can't handle what he gives you as a little bit, he will never give you a lot, essentially.
Yep.
Saying that like, yo, like you got to take the opportunities that God gives you and run with it. And when you came to Calvary, was there a moment of like, Jesus is like the missing piece, or Jesus is like the credit? It took a minute.
Took a minute.
How did that play out?
Still mentally, even once I fell in love with the church and we were going every Sunday, the flesh still wanted to say, I did all this.
Yeah, talk about that.
I mean, pride I'm prideful. I want to be proud of everything I've accomplished. And I think at first it was not wanting to release what I had done. Even though I knew it wasn't me, I wanted to be responsible for all the actions and good things, decisions, and changes that I'd made in my life. So it took me a minute, I'd say a good year, before I said, okay, this is the deal. It ain't me. I had nothing to do with this. I made a few good decisions when he gave me choices, but he gave me the choices. So I'd say about a year in, I was feeling very spiritual, starting to read the Bible, doing the read the Bible in 1 year, the daily plan. And my daughter and my wife decided to get baptized one day.
Hey, praise God.
Loved it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ready. Yeah, I wouldn't say I wasn't ready. It just wasn't the time for me. Well, when they're back there about to get baptized, I'm not hearing a voice. I've never heard the voice people say, God spoke to me and I never heard it. I just got a feeling of it's your time. Like, what are you doing?
Come on.
Your wife and daughter are back there and you're in the pew. Come on. So I went back there that day and I gave it all up. Ooh. Tommy dunked me underwater. And, from that day forward, I strayed just a little bit. Pre-COVID, we would, just miss days. And the funny thing is Tommy had been coming to me saying, you need a job at the church. You need a reason to be here. And he wanted me to be a greeter. And I told him, Tommy, I do not want to be a greeter. First of all, I don't own anything but a T-shirt. Shorts and a T-shirt. That's why I giggled when you sent me that email, right? And I texted my wife. I said, hey, he said, going to be a bunch of people watching dress accordingly. And she said, so you going to wear the blue T-shirt and the gray shorts? Yeah. I said, yeah.
But you see what I said, though? Yeah. I specifically said, be you.
Yeah.
Like.
He comes to me one day. He goes, man, we need a greeter. Bad. And you are, everybody loves you. You're personable. You shake everybody's hand. Let's do it. And I said, I got to be honest with you. I ain't feeling it. I greet people all day long. That's my job, is shaking hands and kissing babies and making people feel good. When I come to church, I don't really want to do it. I was always intrigued by the lights, the cameras. I was intrigued in all that. And I love music. I love all that. So I told Tommy, I said, man, I want to do something in the booth. back there with the cool kids, you know? I don't want to be out there shaking hands. And he goes, well, we do need a lyrics guy. But man, you're way too, you don't want that. I said, Tommy, man, let me tell you, that's God saying, here is your opportunity to get what you want. And he gave it to me and was running slides every Sunday and loving it. And COVID hit. And there's another God thing, okay? I'm not scared. The whole time through COVID, I'm not going to get political, but I didn't wear a mask. I went where I wanted to go. I never stopped hugging people. And I'm not scared. And Tommy could not get people to come and run lyrics when they opened about. I mean, there was like 4 of us, and we'd rotate. And he couldn't get anybody. And I swear I ran lyrics for 18 months every Sunday because nobody would come in. But what that did for me, I'm not lying to you. If I didn't have that job at Calvary, when COVID hit, we would have fell off. Closed the church down for 3 months, virtual. If you let me stop doing something for 3 months,
it's a habit. Yeah.
It's hard to get back into it. So the blessing there was if I would have listened to Tommy, been a greeter, I wouldn't have liked it. And we might have fallen out of church, but God said, hold on. There's a lyrics job back there. And I ended up loving it and doing good. The biggest reason I wanted the lyrics, and I'll tell you, I didn't know all the songs when I started going there. And the people that were doing the lyrics, no offense to them, but they would not put the lyrics up on the screen until the musicians had already started singing that.
Yeah, you got to be early.
You have to be 2 to 3 seconds early, and the band didn't like it. When I started it, the singers didn't like it.
They're used to the old way.
They're used to because it's flipping on the confidence early. They have the one ahead of them, but I'm flipping it early because I want if the congregation can't sing, you're losing half the battle.
Right. You need that energy.
You need the energy. So for 3 or 4 weeks, I was just flipping them early. And Coonrod was on me. He's like, hey, you're flipping these slides too early. I said, you sit there and let me do what I do. And they started noticing the 70% of people that didn't know every word to every song were now singing every word to every song. And it's just simply because God said, hey, you got to put that up there 3 seconds earlier, 2 seconds earlier. Nobody's going to start singing if the 2 words are already out and you're into the line. You got to get it up there early. So it's just another thing. God he knows what I need.
Yeah.
And now I lean on him.
There you go.
I mean, for a long time, I didn't lean on him. And now
it's on you.
I lean on him for everything. If I'm making a decision at all, I'm asking him.
If this is your first time here, I would greatly appreciate you to subscribe to the show. We're really trying to grow the YouTube. Whether you found us on Apple, Spotify, you can subscribe on there as well. And if you would like to support the ministry in any way, you can go to ilikebirdsministry.com and you can support us there financially, or you can even buy our first book, my first book, 21 Days in Africa, where it's about my mission trip to Africa. My man Corey bought one when he came out to Man's Night and it was greatly appreciated.